What's good, everyone? Jets takeoff. Quinnen Williams made some headlines by saying that he will not report to voluntary workouts if he does not get a new contract before they start. So this poses the question, should and will the New York Jets keep Quinnen Williams and give him a new contract? Whenever you think of the Jets defense in 2022, you have to think Quinnen Williams because he was dominant. He had 12 sacks, or 13. PFF gave him a 90 overall grade. That is beyond elite. You could even put him in the tier of Aaron Donald. Even though Aaron Donald didn't play that much this season, Quinnen Williams was full-on elite and a dominant player who commanded a lot of attention in double teams, and he still showed up. He had 2 forced fumbles, I think, 4 pass deflections. So Quinnen Williams is showing up. Double-digit sacks. That's amazing for an interior defensive tackle. He's also great at stopping the run. You watch games and you see 95 in the backfield, whether he makes the tackle or not. You can see some guards getting destroyed by Quinnen Williams. So he has turned out to be a successful 3rd overall pick. A success. But he was not drafted by general manager Joe Douglas or picked by Robert Saleh and company, so that poses the question, will they be willing to give out the contract? Well, I think that they are probably willing to, but I don't know if they will because the Jets are tight on money right now, thanks to the defensive line. Carl Lawson, $15 million. John Franklin Myers, around $13 million too. And Quinnen Williams is probably going to ask for more than $20 million a season. Right now, the Jets have $9 million in free cap space, so that's a little bit tough. And even if we did cut a few players, we're going to have to replace those positions, and we also need to get a new quarterback, and it's rumored that we're going to get Derek Carr, so the financials would be messed up there. So from that perspective, I'm leaning towards, I don't know. And at the press conference, general manager Joe Douglas was giving some interesting responses to when asked about Quinnen Williams and his contract situation. He basically said that he's going to do whatever is right for the team. He didn't say, we're going to do right by Quinnen Williams, he's earned it. He didn't really say any of that, which I find very, very interesting. He kind of dodged around the whole situation, which makes me think that he's either not sure or he knows he doesn't want to extend him for the money that he wants. And I can understand it to some degree because the defensive line is already making a lot of money. But Quinnen Williams is a dominant force defensive tackle. You don't find that many defensive tackles through the draft to become this elite like Quinnen Williams. Another reason for why maybe the Jets are maybe thinking to not bring Quinnen Williams back, besides the contract, is because of the rotation on the defensive line. 60% of snaps per game is usually how the defensive line goes, even if you're really good. And from that perspective, Joe Douglas may be thinking, well, it's not worth to pay a player $20 million when he's not even going to be on the field for more than 2/3 of the game, which is a fair point, but I think if we were to extend him, the coaching staff would have to put him in for at least 80% of snaps, and he deserves it. I understand their whole idea in giving these defensive players rest, but Quinnen Williams, if he's getting paid big money, you got to keep him on the field at all times. I think the right move for the Jets is to bring back Quinnen Williams, though, if I do add my own opinion. I mean, he said it in his press conference. Quinnen Williams has been through thick and thin of the New York Jets, the ups and the many lows during the Adam Gase tenure, and this season with the collapse. So he's been through it all, and he still would rather be a Jet than go to some other franchise. We have a player that wants to be a New York Jet. We have a player who is elite in playing extremely amazing football. We have a guy who is an A+ character and locker room guy. The guys love him. He causes no drama. The one thing was with the defensive line coach, and the next week, what did he do? He got like 2 sacks. So clearly it helped motivate him, but he causes no problems. I mean, the gun thing was minor, but that was a few years ago. It's not like he's getting arrested. It's not like he's causing fights with teammates. It's not happening. He's a great guy, and he's an elite run defender, which the Jets already struggle against defending the run, so I'd assume we want to keep him there so that the Jets' run defense could actually be at least average or above average instead of being just piss poor. And Quinnen Williams is great at getting after the quarterback, too, and he gets forced fumbles. He's such a good player. I feel like it would be a disservice and send a bad memo to all these younger players that are either going to get drafted by the Jets in this upcoming draft or the ones that just got drafted like Sauce and Garrett Wilson when we're not paying one of our own homegrown talents. I feel like Joe Douglas really needs to re-sign Quinnen Williams. Listen, he's in a tough spot financially. I know the Jets have a lot of holes despite how good the defense was and the weapons and pieces we already have in place. I know it's tough, but Joe Douglas has to find a way to go extend him because I think it sends a bad memo, and this Jets defense will take a noticeable dive in defensive rankings if Quinnen Williams is not a part of the Jets. And the last thing we want is more drama. So if there's no contract by voluntary workouts. It's just going to be drama, and this organization cannot handle more drama. It cannot. We need a season to be peaceful with very minimal drama. So I hope we bring back Quinnen Williams. I understand it's tough financially, but he's shown the production. In 2020, he was very good. Last year, he was okay. He was good, but he wasn't as good as 2020. This season, he really locked in year 2 of the defensive scheme, and you only have to think that he's just going to get better as time goes on. So let me know what you think about this video. Do you want to extend Quinnen Williams? Do you want to trade him away in maybe a draft day deal like what the Titans did with AJ Brown? What are you thinking? Let me know what you think, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.